Everybody, I'm Jamie Nova. This is my softer side.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Rob Bramley here with the Seed of Seattle Music, Art, and Intrigue paper. Sitting here with one of my new friends, uprising talent, vocalist of Seattle. Her name is Jamie Nova.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, hello.
She's the singer of Hell's Bells and her original project, Witchburn. Hell's Bells is an AC/DC tribute band at Witchburn, her original band. She also does solo projects.
Yes.
Let's talk first about your solo project.
I call it the softer side because a lot of people have seen the Brian Johnson, Bon Scott, and AC/DC, the pure testosterone, rage, sex, drugs, rock and roll, you know. And then they've seen Witchburn, which is the passionate side, my message, the creation with other musicians. But my solo stuff is the more vulnerable, the hopeless romantic, all that.
Ripped away from all the
Yes.
members around you.
Yeah, the soft feminine side of me that not a lot of people get to see. I have a song that's called To Us. It's just like a drinking song, like, to us, you know,
Nice.
like, you know, we work hard every day. We don't know if we'll see the next day, but, you know, cheers to the bartenders that keep our lives blurry, and, you know, cheers to you and me.
Keep my lyrics flowing freely.
Yes, ooh, nice, you're a poet.
How long have you been doing your solo stuff?
I've been writing some of these songs for probably like 8 or 9 years. They started back in my original band in Denver, and
Is that where you're from?
no,
Where are you from?
I grew up on a ranch in South Dakota.
Country girl.
Yeah, and 160 acres, cows and chickens and horses, and BB guns and fires and ponds and
Did you milk the teats?
no, they were beef cattle.
Beef cattle.
Yes, we had about 35 head of female cows, and then we'd bring in a steer and sell the babies for meat.
So you went from Dakota farm girl.
South Dakota to
South
Minnesota.
Dakota to Minnesota.
Yeah, went to high school there.
Okay.
Worked in a tape manufacturing plant for a year.
Now, were you in a band in high school?
We tried. I think we had one practice, and nobody knew what they were doing, and I was like, whatever. But I was,
fun.
I was in theater. I was in choir. Was raised in the church, so singing all the time. My family was very musical. My mom played the piano. I went to college. Moved to Denver, and I went to the Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design because I wanted to be a children's book illustrationist. So my mom was like, "You need something to fall back on," and I was like, "Artist." Okay. Worked my ass off in Denver. Was doing 17 credit hours, working full time because I had to pay rent. There wasn't like a dorm situation. And then pretty much burnt out. I had to drop out because I ran out of money. And waiting tables, bottle service, started bartending, worked in a skate shop, owned a tanning salon, did landscaping, just anything and everything I could do to pay my bills.
Right.
And I like learning new trades. You know, I'm gonna be an apocalyptic survivor for sure. My original band had won some Battle of the Bands thing. So when Hell's Bells comes through, they're really good at finding a local band that's up and coming that needs the exposure to open. And they want to usually include women if they can.
Mm-hmm.
And so my band was asked to open for Hell's Bells. And I was like, girls playing AC/DC? Let's see, you know? And I showed up to the sound check and my jaw hit the floor because Adrian came out and was doing Thunderstruck with one hand, and it was just, and that was just sound check. They weren't even doing the show. We opened and decent response, you know. The musicianship was just lacking, if you will. And they played, and when they played, I was like, because they were all so great at their craft, and they'd obviously studied. I actually toured with Adrian and Sickness. That's Adrian's original band. Selling merch and stuff, and just kind of learning the road. You know, putting in my time basically. And went with them, and on their tour we stopped in Seattle. And then I had just my audition, and they gave me 10 of the hardest songs to learn.
Which is the hardest to you?
For me now, either what do you do for money, honey? Shoot to thrill or shake a leg?
Okay. And which is your favorite one that you do?
Let There Be Rock. In 2005 is when I auditioned. And then they waited a few months and talked about it. Because, I knew nothing. I knew nothing of the business. I knew nothing of my stage presence was lacking. They saw the raw talent, but it was the debate, like, do we find someone that has demands that is awesome? Or do we find this one that's willing to learn? Yeah, if you will. And so then they had me back and I did a performance audition. And I think I said the F word about 75,000 times in a matter of like 45 minutes. I think Mandy still has that video and it's horrible. Oh God, it's so bad. But yeah, played with them for about 6 months. And then I was like flying back and forth and I was like, oh, that's it, I'm moving to Seattle.
And here she is.
And here I am.
During this whole time of learning, you were still wanting to do original stuff.
Yes, always. Because the tribute is awesome.
Right.
It's fun. AC/DC, the energy that the crowd gives back, that you get to give the crowd is, it's a blast, you know. But for me as an artist, I don't feel I could be complete if I wasn't writing what's inside of me. Because it's great. It's a great rush, but unless I'm creating something, it's like
a puppet?
Yes, absolutely. And I need to, I don't know, I feel like I need to speak my own voice.
So during this Hell's Bells touring and playing shows, twice a month you play shows?
Yeah,
on average?
Average, yes.
So tell me how Witchburn, now I've seen Witchburn play, and Rob has filmed you. Say hi, Rob. Come over here and say hi so everybody knows who I'm talking about. That's Rob right there.
I bought the t-shirt.
But we saw you at a couple different venues, one of them being the Hard Rock. And I love your whole band in Witchburn. You know, being a musician, it's, you'll like the singer, you like the drummer, you like the guitarist. You don't usually just like everybody in the band. But everybody was rocking, I don't remember your guitarist's name. Just rocking out. JC.
Yeah.
Just rocking out. The girls were just tearing it up, and you guys were having so much fun. And you were just out there in the crowd's face, So your stage presence, if you didn't have any before, I've never saw it. Because I've seen you, and you get up there, you're in people's faces, and if they don't want your face, you're in it anyway.
Yes. Well, and that was from the Bells, definitely, just that empowerment and finding my ground and knowing how to get in people's faces without being too obtrusive, being playful. Like if they look like they're starting to get offended, to like throw them a smile or wink at them, just like be goofy or make yourself look like a fool for a moment so they laugh.
With a microphone.
Yes.
So how did you tell me how you and Witchburn formed?
Okay.
Who found who started it?
Okay. Misha and JC.
Misha's the bass player?
No, Misha is the dreadlocked guitarist.
Right.
Yes. She is the Jimmy Page to my Robin, the Ren to my Ozzy.
Nice.
She creates the music that my soul sings. She was in a band called Drop Six that was really popular in Seattle for a long time and around. And they opened up for Hell's Bells. And Misha had the idea for Witchburn, the name, a whole bunch of riff ideas for a while, and was just looking for the right components and the right time, kind of. She saw me sing with the Bells and approached me after the show, and she was like, you're the singer I've been looking for.
Did she know you?
No, that was the first time we had met. So I showed up, they were on stage, and I was like, she's amazing. And then she saw me play, and it was the same.
Right.
And so she approached me after the show, and she's like, I have this idea for this band. Are you into original music? And I was like, oh yes, please. Because I was dying at that point because I had been in the Bells for a couple years, but I really needed that time to focus on my job, on doing it right, And so I kind of had gotten it down, the shtick down, the patterns down. I still had learning to do, but I could handle taking on something else. And I was like, yes, please. And so she gave me a CD of her riff ideas, and I listened to them, and I was like, can write over
Was it
this.
just flowing out of
Yes.
you when you were listening to it?
Yeah.
Like it was just perfect magic?
Yes,
that perfect
magic.
little thing?
And so I was like, let's get together. We sat down and wrote like 2 songs in a night in maybe like 45 minutes.
Killer.
You know, I was like, oh yeah, do that. And then what about this? And she was like, well, I was thinking about this for the chorus. And I was like, oh yeah, that's great. Play this many times and we'll go into this, you know?
Right.
And it was just like,
You didn't have like already preset lyrics that you had written. You
No.
just started off the top of your head,
Yeah.
just flowing.
yeah, well, because with Witchburn's music, Misha will write the bare bones structure of the progression of the changes that she wants to do. And then I'll listen to it. And if I don't come up with something right away, I'll ask her what she was thinking about, where she was mentally when she was writing this. And I basically just try to write the lyrics that express what her music is saying. And luckily we have that connection where most of the time I get it immediately. I'm like, I see this, and she's like, yes, yes, and I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
and I see this, and she's like, you know. But there are times where I might be somewhere else, like I might be stressed out, or I might be focused on something else, and I'm just trying to write. She's like, yeah, yeah, and I was like, okay, then that's when I go to what were you thinking about, and then usually it flows together. So yeah, then we just went around.
How long has Witchburn been a functioning playing band?
Over 4 years.
Okay. And how many CDs do you guys have out?
We have our EP, which was recorded like 6 months after we all formed, and then we have our full length that we just released, which is 13 songs, 73 minutes
What copies?
at my house. when we do the interview with Witchburn, then we'll bring you a copy.
Okay.
Okay.
From Witchburn to getting your heart into original music, connecting with the guitarist, the rest of the band just right there with you guys 100%. It's just like, it just seems like it's just clicking, you know, and you guys just are like a machine. You
Well,
know?
it is now. I mean, we had our growth points. We've had member changes. It's finding the right puzzle where everybody just locks down, you know. And yeah, now the members that are in the band, it's family and it's easy. You know, touring's easy, which is not
Do you
always something that happens.
Do you have upcoming tours you're working on right now?
Yeah, Witchburn, we're gonna do January. We're gonna be touring down to NAMM, which is a big, huge music festival down in LA. We're gonna tour down through Portland, down to California, hit all of California and come back. That'll be like about 2.5 weeks. And then in March, we're going to go down to Texas and back. So we'll hit Boise, Colorado, Reno, Vegas, California.
Where are you playing in Texas?
All of the, well, definitely San Antonio. That one's confirmed, but right now all of the South by Southwest
Austin.
things are all, yeah, Austin, absolutely.
What's the most exciting thing about doing the solo stuff to you?
Well,
Or
let's see.
different?
What's different is that it's totally stripped down. I don't have 3 to 4 other people to
Collaborate.
collaborate, to feel that safety net on stage where you're backed up by people. It's me and it's my guitar and it's my guitar playing skills. So for me, the hardest thing, the most exciting thing is playing the guitar and singing at the same time. Because it's me, it's my mood, and at the same time where I don't have the band to back me up, it's kind of cool because I can like slow it way down.
How long have you been playing guitar?
About 8 years. I started taking it seriously about 3.5, 4 years ago.
Are you good?
I hold my own. I don't train wreck. And if I mess up, you'll never know.